Hello, and this is the workshop series, episode 4, and I'm going to show you 5 knots you need to know to be an arborist. I'm going to show you the bowline and the running bowline. I'm going to show you how to make a prusik and how to tie your prusik to your rope as a friction hitch. And 2 quick and easy knots you can use as a groundsman to send a saw up or anything up to the climber that you need, or in any other circumstances where you could use these knots. I'm going to end up showing you 6 knots, but there'll be a 6th knot which is just the running bowline, which is the exact same as the bowline. It's just a slightly different way before you tie it to make it a running bowline. To make this bowline, you'll get the end of your rope and you'll do 2 wraps around your hand, keeping your pinky out, like so. Then keep your pinky to make that loop, and this will go, we'll call this the rabbit. The rabbit will jump out of the hole, see you and get scared, run around the back of the tree, and dives back down his hole. And then it's called tie, dress, and set. So you've tied it, now you need to dress it and set it. And then you're good to go. Now, to be on the safe side with a bowline, when you're climbing, you can put a figure of 8 in the tail end, or just a knot. You need to make sure the knot is high up the tail, and that will stop it from slipping out and undoing itself. So I'll just show you that again under here. 2 wraps around the hand with your pinky out. Then the rabbit will run out of the hole, see you and get scared, run around the back of the tree and dives back down the middle, and you keep that pinky out for your loop, and then you'll tie it, which you've already done, and then dress it and set it, and then your knot should look like this. To go with the bowline, I'm just going to show you how to do a running bowline. You'll use a running bowline when you need to pull a tree over, or basically a scenario where you want to tie the knot but you want it to tighten itself around the object that you're tying it on. And for instance, I'll show you, this is a piece of ash that we cut down. You say you've got your branch, you either want to rig it, or if you're using a rigging rope, or pull it down, whatever you need to do. And to do the running bowline, you'll get your end, you'll put it around the branch, and now what you want to do is do your bowline the exact same after you've put it around it, making sure you've got enough rope for it. You want to do your wraps, 2 with the pinky out, get the end of your rope and put it round the other one that you've put around the branch. The rabbit jumps out, gets scared by you, then round the back of the tree, dives back down the middle, and you'll tie, dress and set that. And now this rope can be pulled and it will tighten itself around the branch. So you can tighten it to whatever size piece that you're doing, and then you'll be able to pull any weight of what you want or lower depending on what you're using it for. You now know how to make your bowline, and you need a prusik with that bowline on climbing. So a cheaper way to have prusiks is to buy a length of rope and then make your own. You want to cut your rope to 67 inches instead of buying them separately and making your own. Some people will prefer to just buy their own, and they're trusting in the manufacturer and the company that makes them. I make my own, but that's entirely up to you. But if you do choose to, you want to lay your 2 ends like this. You get the end and you go over and under. Come back on yourself, over and under. You have then made a figure of 8, and on the point of where they cross over, you want the end of your rope to go underneath that crossway. And then you dress it and set it. And then you do the same again on this side, making sure you've got enough length. Go over and under, over and under, with that figure of 8 underneath the crossway, and make sure that's nice and tight, and then just pull them together and you've made yourself a prusik. Feel free to go back into the video and re-watch that, how it's made if you're practicing. Make it a bit easier and just pause it. You now know how to make your bowline, and you've made yourself a prusik. You now need to put your prusik onto your rope to then climb. Now remember, when you're making your bowline, you put that safety knot in the back on the tail. Now depending if you're left or right, you'll either have your bowline on the opposite side, but I prefer I'm right-handed, but when I pull myself up, I like to have the prusik on my left. So what you do is you put the knot further on one side. You don't want it in the middle or on this side. You want to have it on the opposite end of where you're tying about there. You then put it around the rope like this. So you've made one, and then you go around again, and you've made two, and you want to dress that. And once you've dressed that, you then want to set it. Now sometimes it can be what they call bleeding. So when you're sitting on the rope and it's slipping down without you moving it, and you can always put another wrap to stop that from happening. Get your carabiner through the end and your bowline, and that'll be sitting on your harness, and you'll be ready to go to climb. And all you have to do on this prusik to pull it down is to squeeze it and pull it down. And if it's slipping, you can tighten it or put another wrap, and then just push it up and you'll sit nicely, and that's a friction hitch, so that won't slip, and you'll be alright to climb. So you've got your rope. You make sure to put the knot on the right side or on the left side, depending, further away. So I'll put this on the right side, go underneath, you go over, so you make this, and you go over again. And you dress that, and then make sure it's nice and tight, and then you're good to go. And you can pull that and squeeze it to come down the tree. And now you know how to do your bowline, your prusik, and put your prusik onto your rope to make your friction hitch, and you're ready to climb. Two very useful knots for groundsmen to send up to the climber, or in the right circumstance the climber uses it, is when you want to send a rope up to the climber. So you get the two ends. This is the climber's rope, and this is the rope you want to send up to your climber. You get the end of the climber's rope. You squeeze that and pinch that like that. You then get the rope you want to send up, goes round the back, out of the back to the front through the loop. Then it goes underneath here and dives back down. And then what you do is you just pull that tight, and now that climber can pull the rope up, and then you'll be able to send the rope up, and it's just an easy, quick way. And when the climber's up there, they just pull them out, and then the rope's free. So I'll show you that again. Comes out through the back, goes round the back, dives back down, and then pull that tight. And the last quick and easy knot is a lark's foot. So easy. You just have to have the rope on the inside of your chest, over your thumbs, and you just twist it like that to make two ears or loops, and you just push them together, and there you have your lark's foot. Show that again. So thumbs on the inside, tip it over, have your loops, put them together, and then what you can do, stick a carabiner through that. That can be sent up to the saw with a saw, maybe on the end of the rope up to the climber or anything like that, and that means make it so easy for the climber, because all they've got to do is unclip that carabiner and that knot is gone from the rope, and they haven't got to worry about a knot being left in the rope on the end getting snagged or tied in somewhere which shouldn't. So it's a nice and easy way. Hope you found this video useful. If there's any other kind of knot you use or one you want to see how to make, stick it in the comments. We love your feedback, and we can maybe make another video on something more that might help. I don't know if you noticed in the video, we've got two of our new t-shirt designs. We have the Send It and the Transit. They are £18 a t-shirt. If you'd like to buy one, you can just drop me a text message to my mobile number. Everything you need will be in the comment below, and hope you enjoyed the workshop series.
But now you're out of time, out of time. You're out